How you doing? My name is Julianne, also known as Roadrunner, and in 2022 I thru-hiked the entire Appalachian Trail. In 2024 I thru-hiked the Pacific Crest Trail with a connected footpath. So what I wanted to do is a little update ski for my subscribers and tell you the year end, kind of what's happening, as well as my plans for 2025. A lot of people have been wanting to know, what are you going to do for 2025 and where is this channel going? And so of course I want to make sure that I let you guys know. Also, I am planning to do a little bit of a break from YouTube for about 2-ish weeks. And so if you see any other videos, those will be pre-recorded. I just want to enjoy the holidays a little bit. And not that I'm not enjoying recording, but I think it's nice to have a little bit of a break. So what's happening in this here Vermont right there? So if this is the first time you've been watching my channel for the last half a year, I moved from Florida to Vermont and I am living with my mother. And it's kind of like an in-between stage between, you know, my thru hike from the Pacific Crest Trail for what's coming next year. So that's why I'm not really sure where exactly in Vermont I want to move to. You know, all of that is kind of up in the air. So what am I currently doing? If you do or do not know, I'm a ballroom dance teacher. And so I started to rent some floor space and I'm teaching some group classes. Because it's the end of the year, I did have a good amount of people showing up for the first class, but because of the end of the year, a lot of people are, you know, preparing for the holidays. So I kind of have just one person that's coming to my group class, but I'm having fun teaching him. And so hopefully in January, I will get a few more people for that time being. Also, I did start my own business, my own LLC. So I am offering like hiking services and stuff like that. So I have just a few things that I'm doing, but not too dramatic of an income base. Anyway, so what's happening for 2025? So I have been talking about that I will be doing another thru hike next year. And some of you have questioned the Continental Divide Trail, also known as the CDT. Some people suggested maybe the AZT and the Colorado Trail. And I am here to tell you that I'll be planning to hike the Appalachian Trail again. And you've heard me right, I'm saying I'll be hiking the Appalachian Trail. So initially, my goal was to thru hike the Appalachian Trail again. However, with some things changing in my life, being gone from home for 6 months again is not going to be beneficial for the relationships that I'm building in Vermont. And so I have decided to hike the first half of the Appalachian Trail again. Now, I may do the second half of the Appalachian Trail next year as well, but I am planning to do a break after I've done the first half. And some of you might wonder, why are you hiking the Appalachian Trail again? Well, there are a lot of reasons. The first reason is I have already thru-hiked the Appalachian Trail, which means I do not have that pressure that I give myself to make sure that I do everything purist style. If you don't know what purist is, it's when a person tries to make sure to hike every single inch of the actual trail without skipping any sections. And I don't want to do a hike like that next year. I want to enjoy the hike. And I'm not saying that I don't enjoy a thru hike, that I focus on being purist. However, my mindset for next year is to really take in the trail. Now has been the first and initial reason. All those reasons have recently been supported by obviously what's happened in North Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia because of Hurricane Helene. And my goal to hike the first half of the Appalachian Trail is, one, to give you guys, those that are planning to do a thru hike or a section hike, a actual trail report. So my videos will be intended to be a trail report for those that are coming in after me. So I really hope it will help those that are planning to do their first thru hike feel a lot more comfortable and confident watching my videos before they plan, or they get to those particular sections. The second reason, and it's the most important reason, is to support the trail community. I could be hiking another trail, but the trail community, including the hostels, the shuttle drivers, and everybody, all the services that are provided to Appalachian Trail thru hikers need the hikers' support. And when I hear some hikers planning to do another trail just because it might not be the most comfortable thru hike for them on the Appalachian Trail, I really encourage everybody to still try to hike the AT. It is an amazing trail, and that is one of the reasons why I'm planning to do the first half of the AT again. Now, the other thing is, if you are watching my channel and you're expecting me to be completely purist, it's not going to happen. First of all, Helene is not going to enable any hiker to do a purist thru hike. But also, there are a few things that I want to do that I didn't get to do on my thru hike, such as I want to do some aqua blazing. That's a service provided by Boots Off Hostel, where you are on Lake Watauga, and you get to be in a canoe and enjoy a beautiful, beautiful lake. And so that's one of the things I want to do. Initially, I also wanted to hike the Creeper Trail, which is probably not going to be possible since that is one of the affected trails of Hurricane Helene. There will be some reroutes, some road walking, and I really want to make sure that I provide this intel to a lot of the thru hikers. Another thing that I really hope to do is do a lot more interviews of the hikers that I come across, and maybe even ask them, like, why are you hiking this trail and how are you able to take off 6 months in time? And I hear that is a big questions. That is a big questions that a lot of people have that want to do a thru hike but can't even imagine taking the time off, or quitting their job or leaving their family behind. And so I really hope that I get an opportunity to interview more people. I'm generally shy when it comes to asking people to be on my videos, and so that'll be another thing for me to push myself to ask people if they would like to be interviewed by me. So that is my update when it comes to the Appalachian Trail. Now, the other thing is I'm also planning to hike the John Muir Trail next year. And this is something that I had been mentioning throughout my entire Pacific Crest Trail thru hike. Some people were very distraught that I didn't climb Mount Whitney. And I did tell everybody I am coming back to hike the John Muir. Not only did I hike most of the John Muir on my Pacific Crest Trail thru hike, but I hiked it through snow traversing. It was exhausting. It was very tiring and very dangerous. So I will be hiking it during a time where hopefully there won't be that much snow, and I get to see the Sierra, the High Sierra, in a little bit, or in a big difference, and I'm very excited to document that. And I'll be hiking that with my partner. So I am trying to look for a 3 or 4 person tent because my partner does have a dog, so we want to bring the dog as well. So if you have any 3-person, 4-person tent recommendation, please put that in the comments. I know that there's like a Nemo as well as an MSR, so if you have any recommendations of any tents, that would be good for 3 or 4 persons. I did want to really take this opportunity, I have a little note right here. I did want to take this opportunity to thank everybody. As you know, I am in an in-between stage from the Pacific Crest Trail to hiking the Appalachian Trail again. I do have some working opportunities, but it's not very logical to start a new job when you're planning to do another hike again. Hello, Editing Roadrunner here. I did want to update you a little bit more on what my plan is when it comes to employment, because the last thing that I want is for you guys to think that that's not something that I really want to do. I want to work. And one of the things that you guys don't know is I do have a master's degree education in mental health counseling. Now, I was not one of the lucky people that had tuition paid for by parents. So when I went to school, I had to work full time, and I wasn't able to finish my master's degree because I wasn't able to take the time off to do the internships that I needed to do to finish the degree. So I have all the education, I just never got to do the internship. And so my goal is to be finishing my master's degree in mental health counseling. I do have to wait, unfortunately, until around October next year to be able to start that, because I do need to live in Vermont for an entire year to not be considered an out-of-state student. And if you know that being an out-of-state student means that tuition will be way more expensive than an in-state student, sometimes triple to quadruple of the tuition. So I'll be doing that after hiking the John Muir. And once I've lived here for an entire year, I will be starting that process. Another thing that I'm looking into is perhaps a job as a ranger. I do have a criminal justice degree, a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. And so some of you have suggested perhaps going into that field. So I will be looking at that as well. Besides having some little income when it comes to dancing and doing some hiking services, I am looking at long-term employment once I've finished my goals of hiking the AT as well as the John Muir in 2025. Just, a little heads up there, or like a little information there. And so, the dancing helps me, but most of all, you watching this channel really helps. Like, you just clicking on it and watching it a little bit longer than just a minute really makes a big difference. And I also want to say a big thank you to my patrons. Again, you guys are consistent monthly income that really allows me to plan and even think about doing other hikes next year. I do want to say a big thank you in particular to my patron, Ken. He made sure that I call him Ken, and he got me new trekking poles, as well as a new towel where I will be able to clean my nose. But not only did he give me one towel and one pair of trekking poles, he got me 2 pairs of trekking poles and 2 towels to clean my nose. So thank you so much, Ken. You are just an amazing, amazing support. And I did ask him, what did I do for you to do this? And he sent me a really nice email and I got it. Thank you so much. That meant a lot to me. I also want to say thank you to Jiffy Pop. Thank you so much. You got me a new knock bladder or knock bladder. I know you guys like to correct me on how to pronounce that. All y'all don't even know how to pronounce it. Everybody has a different opinion. So it's knock, snock, gnock, knock, knock. I don't know, but it's purple. So I'm really excited about that. And then also thank you so much to Mark again, who visited me at Boots Off and helped me with my car. It seems to be doing pretty well with the light. And then also, as you know, I don't get sponsored by any gear and I do not want to be sponsored. I have no intention. I don't do gear reviews of anybody who sends me any emails. I get a decent amount of emails. Most of them are really spam anyway. But I do, as you know, really love my hoodie from Sky Goat. As you've seen, this one is the one I wore on the Appalachian Trail, and I just love it so much. It's a really great alternative to, a melanzana or I don't know what the other one is called. But anyway, it's a really great hoodie for something like an Appalachian Trail through hike. Now, you do get a discount if you want to buy one. And if you put Roadrunner20 as a code into, your purchase cart, you do get 20% off. I do have to say to you that with Sky Goat, they arranged that every time you purchase a Sky Goat, $2 of that gets put into a gear bank account for me. I told them I don't want any money and I don't really want to be sponsored, but they do put that into a gear bank account, and then they'll let me know, all right, Roadrunner, 66 people have bought a Sky Goat, so you have around $132. What do you want us to spend gear on? So this time, I told them to get me a new pair of Solomon Speedcross, and so thank you so much, Sky Goat. You really deliver with them shoes right there. And yes, if you remember on the PCT, I really hated this color scheme, but I kind of got over it. Especially after my hiking partner somewhere said, oh, I'm really gonna miss these shoes and these colors. So I was like, oh, I guess they're not that bad. So anyway, so that's the update for this here 2024 right there. Also, I am planning to do an actual Appalachian Trail hike announcement video. So if you see that, you know, it'll be kind of like double information for you. You don't have to click on it if you want to. It'll be pretty much the same information that I'm giving today, but more particular to the Appalachian Trail so that new subscribers can find me and new future thru hikers can find me to use my videos as a trail report. I know this was 14 minutes of talking, and I hope you enjoy my voice because you heard a lot of it. And I want to wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, a wonderful new year, and I will see you next year. I mean, you'll probably see me before that with some other pre-recorded videos, but we will see each other next year.
I'll be back.